Welcome back to Uncova Channel, where we share heartwarming, emotional stories that touch the soul and leave lasting impressions. Today's story is one of forgiveness, healing, and the power of letting go. If you enjoy emotional, comforting stories with deep lessons, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video. Let's begin today's story titled The Path to Healing. Part 1. The Unexpected Phone Call. Our story begins with Angela, a woman in her early 30s who has always been the backbone of her family. She works as a teacher, helping children grow and flourish, but no one knows the hidden weight she carries, the pain of estrangement from her father, who walked out on her and her mother years ago. Angela has spent most of her life feeling like something is missing, but she's learned to push through the pain. That is, until one afternoon, when she receives an unexpected phone call that will change everything. Hello, is this Angela? The voice on the other end sounds unfamiliar, but urgent. Yes, who is this? She replies, already feeling uneasy. This is Nurse Grace from Valley View Hospital. I'm calling to inform you that your father, Emmanuel, has been admitted here. He's asked to see you. Angela's world comes to a sudden stop. Her father, the man who left her all those years ago, why would he want to see her now? Angela faces a difficult choice. Should she confront the man who abandoned her, or continue to live her life without him? After hours of internal debate, Angela decides to visit the hospital. She doesn't know what to expect, or how she feels when she sees her father after all these years. But something deep inside tells her she needs to do this for herself. When she walks into the hospital room, she barely recognizes the man lying in the bed. Emmanuel, her father, looks frail and worn, nothing like the strong figure she remembers from her childhood. He looks up at her, his eyes filled with a mixture of guilt and longing. Angela, he whispers, his voice weak. I'm so sorry. Years of suppressed anger rise to the surface. But Angela remains calm. She's here for answers, not to reopen old wounds. Why did you leave? She asks, her voice steady but full of emotion. Emmanuel takes a deep breath before answering. I left because I was scared. Scared of failing as a father. Scared of not being enough. I know I hurt you and your mother, but I've regretted it every single day since. Will Angela allow herself to forgive her father, or will the pain of the past be too much to overcome? Part 3. A Step Toward Forgiveness. Angela listens to her father's words, unsure of how to respond. Part of her wants to walk out of the room and never look back. But another part of her, the part that has longed for closure, wants to understand. You left us when we needed you the most, she says quietly. Mom had to do everything on her own. I know, Emmanuel replies, his voice thick with regret. I was selfish, but I've changed. I've spent years trying to become a better man, and all I've ever wanted was to make things right with you. Angela feels a lump in her throat. Can people really change? Can someone who caused so much pain truly deserve forgiveness? It's not that easy, she says. Forgiveness doesn't happen overnight. I understand, Emmanuel replies, but I'm not asking for it right now. I just want a chance to talk, to make amends, even if it's too late. Angela must decide whether to open the door to reconciliation or close it forever. Part 4. The Healing Journey. Over the next few weeks, Angela visits her father regularly at the hospital. At first, their conversations are awkward and strained, but slowly they begin to talk about the past, about their lives, about everything that went wrong and everything that could still go right. Emmanuel shares stories from his life after he left, including the many mistakes he made and the lessons he learned. Angela shares the pain and struggle she faced growing up without him, and how her mother became both a parent and a friend. Each conversation brings them a little closer, and slowly, Angela begins to see her father not as the man who abandoned her, but as a flawed human being who is trying to make amends. The healing process is far from easy. There are days when the anger and hurt resurface, and days when Angela isn't sure if she ever be able to fully forgive him. But with each step, she begins to feel a weight lift from her heart. Just when Angela starts to believe that reconciliation is possible, she receives devastating news about her father's health. Part 4. The Healing Journey. Over the next few weeks, Angela visits her father regularly at the hospital. At first, their conversations are awkward and strained, but slowly they begin to talk about the past, about their lives, about everything that went wrong and everything that could still go right. Emmanuel shares stories from his life after he left, including the many mistakes he made and the lessons he learned. Angela shares the pain and struggle she faced growing up without him, and how her mother became both a parent and a friend. Each conversation brings them a little closer, and slowly, Angela begins to see her father not as the man who abandoned her, but as a flawed human being who is trying to make amends. The healing process is far from easy. There are days when the anger and hurt resurface, and days when Angela isn't sure if she ever be able to fully forgive him. But with each step, she begins to feel a weight lift from her heart. Just when Angela starts to believe that reconciliation is possible, she receives devastating news about her father's health. Part 5. A Heartbreaking Goodbye. One morning, Angela arrives at the hospital to find her father's condition has worsened. The doctors inform her that Emmanuel doesn't have much time left. Her heart sinks after all the years of anger and resentment. Just when she was beginning to rebuild a relationship with her father, time has run out. She sits by his bedside, holding his hand as he drifts in and out of consciousness. The man who caused her so much pain is now the one she's comforting in his final moments. "I'm sorry," Emmanuel whispers once more, his voice barely audible. "I'm so proud of the woman you've become." Angela feels tears streaming down her face. Despite everything, she knows that her father's words are genuine. "I forgive you," she whispers, her voice breaking. "I forgive you, Dad." In that moment, Angela feels a sense of peace. The wounds of the past may never fully heal, but forgiveness has opened the door to healing. Emmanuel passes away peacefully, and though Angela's heart aches with loss, she knows she's made the right choice. Forgiveness has given her the closure she never thought possible, and as she walks out of the hospital, she feels lighter, ready to move forward with her life. The moral of the story includes: forgiveness is healing. Holding on to anger and resentment only weighs us down. Forgiveness doesn't erase the past, but it allows us to heal and move forward. People can change. While not everyone chooses the path of redemption, some people truly learn from their mistakes and try to make amends. It's up to us to decide if we're ready to give them that chance. Time is precious. We often wait too long to mend broken relationships, thinking we have all the time in the world. But life is unpredictable, and we should cherish the moments we have with the people we care about. Thank you so much for watching The Path to Healing, a story about family, forgiveness, and the power of letting go. Angela's journey reminds us that healing doesn't always come easily, but it's possible when we open our hearts to forgiveness. What do you think? Would you have forgiven Emmanuel? Let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to Ankova channel for more heartfelt stories. Until next time, remember, life is too short to hold on to the past. Choose healing, choose love,